you might notice tons of changes from the last episode. So this episode, okay, the problem is that there's some trouble with the recording. It was sort of fast and loose, so instead of stitching together all the interesting bits from the last two would have been episodes, I decided I'm just gonna sort of summarize and redo some of the events of what happened. So this is gonna be a pretty short episode, I would say. Yeah, pretty short. But I'm just gonna briefly show what's happening right now on the server and what's gonna happen next. So I guess I'll start with this. Okay, first main thing. I don't fully even remember what I have shown and haven't, but I believe I haven't shown this. So we cleared this out. And this is gonna become the second layer of the greenhouse. Then nothing changed upstairs. Got some more DNAs, nothing really special. There, we don't have any new DNAs there, but we're also planning to turn this into another greenhouse because we don't have like melons and pumpkins and stuff. I also planted tons of these cord dates, I think that's what they're called. I think it looks pretty nice, so I'm going to do that. I'll put a wall around here, which this is fully encircling the entire thing. You can see this, you can also see some stuff up there, but this encircles the entire thing. I'm going to spread the chordates around, just to make it more consistent. But I walled this around. I did like 3 blocks. I have stone brick and then a layer of cobblestone wall. I was thinking between the different types of walls, but I just decided on cobblestone. This I totally want to make. I'm even thinking I might make an actual exhibit here. So like not a public exhibit. It'd be a little bit weird. Wouldn't be a public exhibit, it would be more for our own thing. So the first dinosaur, we could have our own sort of pet-like kind of thing. This is where we can make the first thing. So this is, let me head up here. This is where we're going to make the archaeological outpost, or I was thinking I could make it there. Then I was like, okay, I have all this free space. I could make it right here, and it would be pretty good because we have an entire mountain, so we can make a really deep kind of cave. And we do have a building going into it, but that's like 1 level. I don't think that's that bad. So next is this is going to be the laboratory once I have enough quartz. I do have some quartz on me right here, but essentially I'm just replacing all of these things with quartz, and I have a few designs for this, like centerpiece. Like I could have we don't have sea lanterns yet, which is sort of annoying because those are honestly my favorite light source. To be honest, my favorite light source. What I was thinking is like we could have like a waterfall here, and then the bottom and the top would be lit up by sea lanterns. It would just look like flowing water in the middle. I think that would look really cool, but unfortunately, we don't really have the stuff for that. So as of right now, we're gonna need to figure out. I might use glowstone lamps, stuff like that. It won't be that bad. So essential. I think I'll just quickly finish this off camera. I mean, I don't need that much more quartz. I'd say 2 stacks. I mean, this will probably get me like to here, maybe like including all of this here. So I'd say like a few more stacks. It really doesn't take that long. And for the entrance, I have a button on both ends and a lever from the inside, which can you can leave open if you're going in and out and in and out. But the important thing is you can't lock out because there's buttons on both sides, so there's no way to lock yourself in or out. This, let me show the outside, I guess. This is the storage system. This is essentially the underground version of what that used to be. This was originally just going to be the security building. And this was going to be the huge storage thing and that, but this sort of turned into our base because really the storage is the main part of a base, I'd say. I mean, the greenhouse and all of those things are separate from the base, but I think this turned out pretty nicely, and you might notice some very important things. So, okay, first of all of these are organized. Here's our nether chest, pretty good enchanting table. We got so many books from that library in that first episode. It literally cost like nothing to make this. We have the diamonds, obviously, wasn't that bad. We have some diamonds. Here's our richities at the moment, but also under this, you have all of the blocks, and I'm actually really proud of this because we have tons of things. 3 blocks of cold iron. Right now, Actually, I do technically have full cold iron, but there was some weird things. For example, like you couldn't have enchanted cold iron boots for some reason, and still get the fire resistance. But pretty weird. Also, this I just made this actually because I didn't kept. So the problem is the only storage we have for natural resource and nature and stuff is up in the greenhouse. So I was like, okay, I'll just make a mini one like right here for all the quick access kind of stuff. Here's all the grindy blocks. Originally, this was like 3 separate chests, but we don't have that much of them, so it just became one. This is like the miscellaneous blocks, those always exist. Building blocks. This would, I think, technically a building block, but I'm going to put it there instead. I've got an ender chest, I got these nice bow. Nice bow. A lot of stuff. This was all used. I was all making using this for the docks and stuff. I'll show that in a second too. So yeah, we have that. Also, you might notice really nice sword. So I spent a while getting this, and I got so lucky. I actually found a mending book while I was exploring the temples. I actually found it, so really lucky with that. Basically, I just used tons of books, and as you can see, I have a lot of levels because I was gathering quartz. That gives a lot of levels, so pretty good. But it has mending on that, and also you might look at this, the armor. So this is the cold iron helmet. I just kept it because it's fine. It's armor. This is also cold iron boots. These two help a little against fire, actually, I think. But incendiary, I have no idea what incendiary does. But all of them has Pro 3 adamantine chestplate. So this actually gives resistance. Oh wait, I guess it doesn't. Hold up. Oh. Okay, for some reason, okay. This is this problem I encountered last time. For some reason, having boots on nullifies the effect. And I don't know why. If I have boots on, you just don't get it. Anyway, well, it's not that bad, I guess, but essentially, diamond, pretty good armor, pretty good. And this of course also has mending. That's why it's at full health. I guess I'll put this back. I didn't even notice, but this was the problem I had. For some reason, I couldn't get the full potion effect. No idea why. It was actually pretty annoying too. Here's our security craft stuff. I made another camera because oh gosh, okay. What was I gonna say? Oh yes. So you might notice we have Wither Skull. So basically, I got insanely lucky with this adamantine great. No, actually, it wasn't with this. It was with the katana, platinum katana. Essentially, this is just like significantly better. So I ended up, but this has looting 2. It was pretty good. The thing is, I was like, at one point, Mr. Beaster was telling me how like mithril and all the stuff are better, but honestly, I think adamantine is the best because it does +4 damage against tough enemies. First of all, okay, yeah, but technically, mithril does the same as diamond, I think, or platinum. Yeah, I think mithril maybe a little bit worse than platinum, but it also does like +200 or +100% to undead enemies, so like zombies, skeletons, stuff like that. But the thing is, with this I can one-shot a zombie easily. So honestly, I think this is fine. I mean, it does with a crit. I actually don't know. Comment down below how much damage does a crit do. Is it like +200%, +100%? I don't know. But I got insanely lucky with the thing. I think I got the last one, the greatsword. And next episode, or maybe the episode after that, we can fight the Wither, because honestly, I'm tempted to just cheese it, because so here's the thing. If I had like an infinity one, we would guaranteed have a beacon. But because I have limited arrows, I can't do that right now. But here's the thing. Basically, you just go down into the mines, dig a really, like a straight kind of path. And literally, all you have to do is just summon the Wither, and then you sort of crouch backward with your bow, because it'll try and follow you, but it also sort of breaks blocks, so it goes slower in blocks. And essentially, you just hide in the 1x2 corridor that only you can fit in, and then the Wither has to break the blocks, so then it'll go a little bit slower. So then you can sort of cheese it, like crouch, hit, and then run away. Crouch, hit, run away. And also, obviously, with the bow, it's even easier. Just stand a distance away. And because it's underground, it has less space for it to move and stuff like that. It just follows you. Whereas before, it sort of like moves around in the air and stuff. Oh, come on. Nice. Anywho, yeah, that's pretty interesting. Although, in other news, I'm not sure if I said this already. I believe I didn't. So, in the Nether, we also have some news. So, this is one of the things I do have a clip of, which I'll be excited to share. So we found a lava boat, which, to those of you who aren't familiar with this mod, it is essentially a floating boat, and it has a statue of Anubis, which is one of the ancient Egyptian gods, and it is one of the boss battles of this thing. Little dome in here, in the middle of that is Anubis, and you have to summon him with a scarab gem, and that's a whole boss fight. The problem is that it is literally so difficult. First of all these sentry pigmen hit like a truck. I think they do 2 times the amount of that thing. They're always aggroed onto you, so it makes them almost impossible. Ooh, wait, I'll talk about that in a second. Almost impossible to really kill in large groups. So you can see the tar buckets, how I was trying to like kill them all. But the second problem is, if I zoom in a little, probably can't see it actually from here. Essentially, in the thing, there are Anubites, which are literal statues, and unless you're wearing the ancient helmet and holding the ancient sword, they will attack you, and they do tons of damage, like an iron golem amount of damage. And they explode if you get too close to them, even if you have the armor on. And the armor and the sword don't do that much. They're like the equivalent of iron armor. So they, like, you can't really kill the pigmen with them. It's like pretty bad, actually. But me and Mr. Beastrigger attempted it and almost lost everything, but I managed to rescue the most important parts. And here's a clip of that right now. That was a mistake. Oh, the sentry pigments. And I don't have any blocks. Oh my god. There's so many! There's so many! I'm so dead.
Coming. Are you coming? I'm coming.
Yeah, you better. Just make a waypoint randomly. Yeah, so as you can see, it didn't go that well. We got surrounded by that. I mean, the clip's pretty short, but we got surrounded by that. I tried to like loop back, and I got in, and I forgot that I have to hold that thing, so I almost got killed. But then I managed to switch to it, and then they started following it, and then I like went into, because the middle is like full of lava and stuff, so I was so close to losing all my stuff. Luckily, I didn't. So that's pretty nice, actually. Ooh, I want to risk it. No, there's too many. I'm not going to. But as you can see, it went pretty south. Yeah, it like the entire thing. Okay, about this. Now that is what I was looking for. I thought it was over here, but as it turns out, oh yeah, you can see that's all like lava and stuff. But as you can see, okay. So as you can see down here, there is the plains. Now this does have sentry pigment, unfortunately, but good news is that it is loaded with ores. Like, you can find tons of adamantium, cold iron, diamonds, everything. You can find tons of it. Problem is that it's full. It's incredibly dangerous. It's sort of like this, except it's the equivalent of the Nether, except with more resources. Also, it's 1 block thick, which makes mining the resources much harder, because if you're not careful, they'll fall. But essentially, yeah, and they're full of sentry pigments. So all in all, not the best. So let's teleport back. Is there anything here that I haven't? Oh yes, the docks. So here, okay, this is where we're at so far. So if you look on the mini map, you can see how it sort of looks like a, I don't know, I was about to say like a trident. It doesn't really look like a trident. I'd say more like a person. Like, that's the head. That we were actually, that's the wood that this is made out of. So we're just farming that up. But actually we are planning to line the coast with that, because it is effectively a palm tree. So I think it works perfectly in this environment. This is the ticket booth, the main place. Now these doors are open, but normally you can close them. So essentially this is the place where you can buy the tickets, and I made a little payments book. So normal pass, which gets you a normal pass, like one entrance, and as soon as you leave, the pass is gone. You have to buy another one. You get 2 normal passes, is 10 platinum, and just 10 platinum. Normal pass 515 cold iron. I might change that to like 10 cold iron, but you know, because it's the first one. I don't know. I have to remember that this isn't going to be incredibly expensive, but a special pass, which gives you access to some of the behind the scenes kind of stuff, that's going to be pretty interesting. So like a closer look at some of the cages and stuff. So like some of the cages that you would only like ride past in a monorail, so you couldn't actually step at. These ones you can have special like looks and stuff. A mega pass, which this is actually pretty expensive. 5 Biogu, 10 diamonds, 5 adamantine. That's expensive. 20 platinum, not that bad, and then 20 stacks of cobble. The cobble and the 16 stacks of cobble, that's going to be pretty important because a lot of our buildings are made out of like stone bricks and stuff. So that's going to be pretty helpful if we can do that. But also it's used for a lot of things. Jeez, I'm laggy. Like heck. I think it's because I'm running the recording software on this at the same time. I don't know. Although this... I'll actually show this in a second. Nowhere near done. It's so far away from done, actually. This is the little restaurant. So like coffee, pizza, hot dog, ice cream. I was looking through on a different thing. These are all things that are in the XL food mod. They're all fine. So basically, we just keep this stocked up. And yeah, you just keep this stocked up. And essentially, the problem is you need somebody here. This is the sort of the problem. But... what we would do is that if we detect that somebody's coming inside, somehow we'll figure that out, then we would just waypoint over here, and then we could sell them something, you know. And also, you're definitely not allowed to go in here and stuff. But would be the payment and stuff. We obviously don't have any of these resources yet, but Mr. Beaster is working on getting some of this stuff. So now, to go outside. So this is the monorail. So essentially there would be a path quickly leading up this. That's the redstone. Just ignore that real quick. We'd probably I'll just cover that real quick. That won't be that difficult. But it would just be like a cobblestone path leading up to here, and there would be a chest of minecarts, and you just, ride the minecart. So unfortunately I do not have a minecart right now, because I forgot to bring one. But let me just quickly go on here and showcase the things that we're going to make on this. So the first thing I'd like to point out is we are going to make little like poles for structural integrity. Even though it's Minecraft, it still looks better. So this is going to become a little bit of an exhibit. So we're going to have like just one dinosaur in there or something like that, you know? Maybe, no, probably not a carnivore. The thing is, the carnivores are by far the easiest to feed because carnivores eat eggs, and you can easily make an egg farm. Like, all you need is like one hopper, a few eggs to spawn the chickens in the first place, and some blocks to keep the chickens in. Then they automatically produce eggs, as you can see right there. Let's say if you have like 1,000 chickens over a hopper, they're gonna constantly produce eggs, and then you put them into the feeder. And then, yeah, and you can automate that with Hopper, so it'll just constantly fill the feeder. Just pretty nice. But that is going to be a little exhibit, just a little one, to show that we got dinosaurs and they're amazing. So, next one. It's so laggy. Okay, sorry. I'm really sorry about this. Hope it'll turn out better. Okay. Okay. Next, I think we end up passing a temple at one point. Oh yeah, that's down there. There's nothing there. It's temple. It's cool, you know. I think everyone on the server, we're the only people who have found a jungle, so I don't think anyone really knows what that looks like. And it looks pretty cool. So as far as they know, we built that. So it just goes up here. I'll clear this out. I spent a little time clearing this out. This is gonna be the train station, and down minimap. Okay, I mean mega map, I guess. This is going downwards is going to be the thing. So, no, wrong direction. This. Okay, I cleared out the wrong space. Actually, that's not that bad. Okay, this going downwards is going to be Broad Street. So this is gonna be a big street. We're also gonna need to make it a little bit flat. That's not gonna be that hard though. I just need to clear out a huge land and just push forward, clearing out everything around it. Then we need to like pave the streets, and then we need to put the shops in at the very end. The very end, maybe where you see like, I don't know. So like, let's say right here. This is where the visitor center will be, where that like water is. I don't really know. And that's where we're gonna have like the first real exhibits. That you have to like fully like the first exhibits are gonna be like the tide pool, which is gonna have like a nautilus, and it's gonna have like diplocalus, tiktaalik. Those are like little forget what they're called, but like little amphibians essentially, not fully dinosaurs but lizards. And there's also some bugs that we have, and we were debating because we're also going to make the aviary, right? So where should we put the aviary? So we were thinking like there is a smaller bird, so maybe we could put that in like the lizards and reptiles and stuff. But we were thinking, let's just make a separate enclosure for it in the aviary. The aviary is going to go like sort of up a little bit, like where the temple is, essentially a little bit down, and then from there it's just taking a monorail to the different places. So I know for a fact that there's a glacier biome up here and a huge autumn forest. So that is this up. So going up is going to be the mammalian, but there's also some birds like Kellinkin. Okay, it's gonna be like Ice Age creatures or Cenozoic creatures to be more specific. Like in the savannah, we could actually have a pretty cool like maybe 2 exhibits or something, but I feel like a lot of it's gonna be in the jungle because the jungle makes everything really secluded, and that makes like it's sort of a surprise, like what you're gonna see next because you can't see anything. So it's like everything's like completely surrounded by jungle, and suddenly you appear into an exhibit. That way we can make the exhibits so close to each other, and people would never know that it's just really crammed in and space efficient. Anyway, so these are our plans. So the next thing that we're going to do, is potentially fight the Wither, and essentially, okay. So we need to make the archaeological center, and add some extra trees there. We also need to make I was thinking like we need to make a monorail from the security center to the thing, but honestly, actually, I don't think we do because we have waypoints, so I don't think it's actually worth it. But what we do need to work on is the sort of beautifying the dock area and that monorail section, and add the first actual dinosaur, and then we can just like pave forward and clear out this entire land and make it look pretty cool. I'm excited for that. Also, yeah, I think the next episode we might fight the Wither because this in and of itself can probably do tons of damage to the Wither, but we'll see. If anything, there'll be a clip of me and Mr. Beastburger defeating the Wither in the next episode, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, and until next time, make sure to subscribe, nuke the like button, and hit the notification bell because, again, you have no idea when the next episode's coming out. And I put a lot of effort into these episodes, actually. Like, this took me a long time to do. So, please definitely subscribe if you like this idea. And, yeah. Essentially, yeah. Peace. Bye.